Bears Can't Drift is a kart racing game where you can play as different kind of bears that certainly can't drift. The creators have said that they took inspiration from Crash Team Racing and it shows. It handles well and the power-ups are fun to utilize. It is definitely missing quite a bit of polish though. Level design can be glitchy and there are some odd choices with user interface, and some music and sound design. Fun game to play co-op, but it suffers with no online play. Have you ever wanted to be in the mind of a cat? Ever wonder what it was like to prance around and sassily knock books down? No? Oh. Well, that's what you do in Cat Lateral Damage. It's amusing running around a house, knocking everything down and getting catnip to increase your prowess. It controls like you think it would. Solid and responsive, but loose enough to make you feel like a cat running around causing havoc. The Fat Princess franchise changes playstyles for the third time in Adventures. It's top down and has a loot system. The gore is still there, the princesses are still there, and the cake is still there. You play as an engineer, archer, mage, or swordsman. Collect sweet loot and currency to level your weapons and armor up. This is the best Fat Princess so far, and is a perfect co-op game. The comedy is very hit or miss, mostly miss, but appreciated. Simple gameplay that can get hectic on later levels or on a higher difficulty. Customization is fun to mess around with too. Trapped in your own house and mind, you must face your fears to find clarity, no matter what that may be. Layers of Fear is an intense game where the scares creep up on you when you least expect it. The build-ups pack a punch, and although the voice work isn't the best, it is still worth a playthrough. Masterful sound and trippy gameplay elements make this game a frightening treat. An adventure like no other, Final Fantasy XV sends you on an exciting journey as Noctis as he tries to meet up with his future wife and reclaim his throne. The game has wonderful graphics, plain and simple. From vast, rich greenery of lush forest to cobblestone-centric cities lit by the moonlight, the game never gets old to look at. The combat can be as complex or as simple as you want it to make it. The more abilities you unlock, the cooler the stuff you can do. Nonetheless, it's fluid and seamless. While elements of the story was cut, what's there is still intriguing and will hold your interest until the dramatic conclusion. Inside takes Limbo's creativity and delivery and expands on it. You play as a young boy thrown into a mysterious situation that only starts to become clear the further you go. Inside is technically not a hard puzzle game, but it intrigues you with its style and purpose that makes it addicting. There is little music or sound, but what is there can be chilling at times. The echoing sounds of footsteps or a dog's bark getting closer and closer adds to the dread and ominous factor the game omits so well. In the game Journey, you are a nomad uncovering the secrets of your lost civilization, guided by an elder nomad. Apparently reaching the mountain that looms at a distance will let you reach some sort of clarity or purpose. So that's what you do. The game is about your journey to the mountain. Other real-life players can enter your game and run around with you on your journey. It's somewhat of an older game that still holds up and just beams with inspiration. It's a short game, but it's so much of a breath of fresh air that everyone should play it. My name is Mayo, it's humorous. All you do is press a button to tap on a jar of mayo. Tapping a certain number of times unlocks different scenario attires for the jar of mayo. Dressing your mayo in these different outfits will unlock more of the scenario the more you tap it. There are also leaderboards. It's a silly game for sure and accomplishes what it set out to do. It's creative, intuitive, and refreshing. A 1990s classic re-amped for modern adventure, Castle of Illusion spews with imaginative levels and blissful art design. A witch has swept many off her feet to steal her youthfulness, and it's up to Mickey to get her back. It's a quaint game that provides plenty of fun. Platforming is solid, and jumping is responsive. The difficulty picks up the further you go and spikes at the last boss, but with virtually unlimited lives, it's not a problem. The characters and acting in The Order 1886 immediately pull you into its world, while the amazing graphics and atmosphere solidify the draw, keeping you engaged throughout the game. Invited weaponry that feel perfect shine when you get headshots. Other gameplay surprises and mechanics keep the trudge for the truth from getting stale. The downside is that the story halts right when it starts to sprint. I first played this back on the GameCube, and I'm replaying it now with a better patience for games. I appreciate it more. The pre-rendered backgrounds are so good. The mansion feels alive. The zombies feel threatening. The challenge in item management is perfect. There is nothing like getting that headshot and you hear that squish of a ruptured zombie head. The latest entry in the LEGO Star Wars series continues to increase the size of its roster and introducing new ways to shake up the gameplay. While it's just your typical LEGO game collecting studs and gold bricks, It Being Star Wars adds layers to this by implementing force puzzles, wall running, lightsaber duels, lever pulling, target shooting, and other roundabout ways to finish a level. It's a fun game, but it lacks the depth that a LEGO game needs. Most characters do nothing. It's annoying to always have to switch characters, more so in this one than the past games. And there's no timing sensitive lightsaber swing to make your hits stronger. Somewhat of a mediocre LEGO game, it feels rushed. The narrative in the Deadly Tower of Monsters is innovative. You play the game as a few different characters that are stars of this low-budget, low-tier movie. The director of this movie narrates throughout the game and gives hilarious insight into what happens when characters die or difficult production values. This is where all the charm is. It plays like a normal top-down twin-stick shooter, but the fact that it is a movie reinforces the aesthetic and makes it more fun than your average game. Megatron is back, causing some sort of mischief, and it is up to the Autobots to put an end to it. Combat is fluid and opens up quite a bit, but simple combos can get you through the entire game on lower difficulties. It's fun testing out all of the Autobots with their different fighting styles and innate abilities. Trying to find a specific high-ranked weapon is addicting and pays off when you do. Like most Platinum games, it doesn't shine until you have everything unlocked and you are playing on the highest difficulty. The Walking Dead Season 1 tells a story within the Walking Dead universe with some nods to the comic and television series. You play as Lee, former university teacher, future prisoner. He quickly gets thrown into the fray of the infected on his way to prison. As he escapes, he meets a little girl named Clementine, in need of care. They have to find trust in each other and others to make it out alive. Voice acting is hit or miss, mostly hit, and while the story is your typical zombie-ridden world, the choices you make throughout is where the magic comes in. Season 2 of Telltale's The Walking Dead puts you in the shoes of Clementine continuing her odyssey. Normal conversations or players' actions may change because now you see the world through the eyes of a child. In this dog-eat-dog world, some people are ruthless, even to the innocent. I came into this game pretty weary because I heard mixed reception. I ended up liking it more than Season 1. It feels more intimate and character-focused. This is a side story that shows a part of Michonne's life when she left the main group in the TV show. I've never watched the show, so I had no immediate connection to Michonne. Don't have much to say about this one. It felt more of a chore to get through. There were some cool and shocking moments, but the story and choices didn't keep me engaged like the others. A New Frontier is the third season in Telltale's The Walking Dead series. Episode 1 and 2 released simultaneously, and the package deal is very lackluster. Contrast to past seasons, the New Frontier doesn't offer up anything super interesting besides a new engine, which still hasn't caught up to the standard. It still plays the same, except the environments are smaller, there's not as much things to pick up or people to interact with, and the choices aren't as interesting or demanding. All in all, it's disappointing from what was promised. The Wolf Among Us is based off the Fables comics that not only put fairy tale characters in the real world, but also put them in real world problems. It's a murder mystery game that will make you guessing who killed who until the very end. Voice acting is spot on, and it's fun to guess which fairy tale element corresponds to the character you just met, place you went into, or item you just picked up. It's an intense ride that concludes on a high note.